All right, team, what's up? All right, what's up, guys? So, all right, if you're joining the video live or on the replay, please comment down below. Let me know if you can hear me all right. I just got a notification that my internet was unstable, which is not what you want the second you click go live. So, hopefully, you guys can hear me and see me all right, and you can get this information here in this video. If you're a client of mine, definitely leave a comment down below and let me know that you're watching. Let me know that you're here. It's going to be a good one. This video is going to be really, really helpful. And I'm going to share with you and walk you through what I call my portion control protocol, which I have in front of me here on my other screen. It's a 6-step framework with your eating to help you lose weight more predictably, to help you eat healthier without having to track your macros or your calories. Now, let me be very clear. Well, first of all, comment below portion control, and I'll try to send it over to you either after this video or I'll try to send it over email or whatever the case is. I'll try to track you down, but make sure you comment below portion control so that you have this. It's just an image, so it's not anything crazy. It's just literally an image that lists out the 6 steps and exactly what you need to do. You can save it right on your phone and pull it up while you're traveling or pull it up whenever you need it. All right. So comment portion control and I'll do my best to track you down and send it over. Now, what I was going to say is let me be clear. Tracking your food is the most predictable way to see results. Most predictable way specifically to lose weight and to gain muscle. When it comes to seeing tangible results in your body, tracking your food, like you essentially can't beat it because it's like tracking your finances, tracking your numbers. Like, do you think you're going to be better off financially if you know your expenses and your incomes and you know those numbers? Or do you think you're going to be better off financially if you have no idea what your expenses are and what they add up to and have no idea what your various income streams are or whatever the case is, right? It's a matter of tracking information and being aware of the numbers. And that's what it's about. Again, as someone who is, and I'm wearing the sweater right now, as someone who's a men's physique competitor, the goal in men's physique is, can you get as shredded as humanly possible for this one moment you're going to be stepping on stage? Can you have the lowest amount of body fat and the most amount of muscle at one given time? Like, so men's physique is just purely a game of how shredded can you humanly get. And you don't have to be a competitor to play that game. You can try to build the best possible physique you can without stepping on stage. I've done it plenty of times. And instead of signing up for a competition, what I do is I'll book a photo shoot or something for that, for that time. So make no mistake about it, I'm not discouraging you. There's people out there who literally discourage you from tracking your food, which not everyone should be tracking. And there's a reason why I have clients who don't track their food, and it's because after assessing their situation and their experience level and their schedule and everything they have going on and their openness to it and things like that, not everyone, that's not going to be the go-to plan for every single person. And like I said, there's many people who I've used this portion control protocol with a ton of success to lose 20 or more pounds, having never tracked a calorie or protein or anything like that. So if if that's you, if you're not tracking your food, this protocol is going to be golden for you. Excuse me. And if you are someone who tracks your food, but this can still be helpful because there's going to be times where you don't track. There's going to be times where you're traveling, whether it's a business trip or a vacation. There's going to be times where maybe you go out to eat and you're not going to track that meal, or maybe you're just taking a break from tracking. This protocol can be absolutely excellent. So, the 6 steps of how to basically eat the right amount of food and control your portions for predictable fat loss without actually tracking the numbers. Step number one is you're going to have 2 or 3 plates per day. So, what that means is you're going to have 2 or 3 square meals per day. That's not a snack. That's not a protein bar. That's not a protein shake. Those are snacks. That's not Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. Those are snacks. We're talking about whole foods, some sort of meat or fish or eggs. And the reason I say 2 or 3 plates, or in other words, 2 or 3 meals, is whether you're having 2 meals a day or 3 meals a day, it doesn't matter. Have at least 2 meals a day, but you certainly can have all three: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But I want each meal to fit on one plate. That's why I say 2 or 3 plates. That's step one. Let me know below, comment below if that makes sense to you. Step one, 2 to 3 plates per day. And I want you to fill up that plate with, and the other steps are gonna explain to you how to fill up that plate, but fill up the full plate. But the idea is it's gonna help control your portions because you're not going back for seconds or thirds. All right. So that's step number one. Sorry, I'm just getting a message here. Um, Step number two, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't one of my clients who was trying to get on the video. All right. Step number two is that you're going to have 2 snacks per day. This is one of the best guidelines or rules you can make with your nutrition that I've found makes the biggest impact, has the biggest upside, which is having a clear cut limit of how many snacks you have per day. If you're just eating handfuls of snacks all day long, that's not portion control. That's not having a calculated approach. That's randomness. So we want to make a limit and a hard rule of 2 snacks per day. And what I recommend is that you automate these snacks to be a protein shake and a piece or two of fruit as your 2 snacks. And sure, if you want to have 2 pieces of fruit, count it as one snack, that's fine. You're never going to overeat fruit. But the idea is we're not snacking on a bunch of random shit. We're not having we're not eating mindlessly out of a family-sized bag of chips while we watch TV. That's not a plan. That's randomness. Okay? So let me put that in the chat here. If you just joined, comment down below. Let me know you're watching. Let me know, comment portion control if you want me to send over this portion control protocol to you that I'm going over. Step two, 2 snacks per day. Okay. So step number one is we're going to have 2 to 3 plates of a meals, 2 to 3 meals per day. Each of them fit on one plate. Step number two is we're going to have a hard rule of 2 snacks per day. Make one of them a protein shake. Make one of them some fruit. Step number three is that half of your plate when you eat these meals is vegetables. Okay. Step three, half of your plate is vegetables. Now we're starting to get into what that plate of food looks like and how to fill up that plate to give you the best chance at staying full and not being hungry, to give you the best chance at being in a calorie deficit if you're trying to lose body fat, and give you the best chance at seeing the results you want to see without being starving. So, for all three of these meals, or if you're having two meals, make sure half your plate is ideally green vegetables. Because believe it or not, non green vegetables like carrots, corn, the starchier vegetables are substantially more calories. It's still nothing to worry about. You could happily have half your plate of carrots, and I wouldn't mind. But ideally, we want green vegetables like asparagus, like salad, lettuce, like Brussels sprouts, like green beans, like broccoli, um, mixed vegetables, right? So that's step three. Okay. Step number four, comment down below if you're with me here. Let me know if these three steps make sense to you. Step number four is giving you another guideline on what to include on each plate. You want to have 2 servings of protein in each meal. Step four, 2 servings of protein in each meal, or about 30 to 50 grams of protein. All right. So that doesn't mean you have to track everything you're eating that day, but you want to get an idea of if you're at least over 30 grams of protein in a meal. And that might be as simple as looking on the nutrition label of the ground turkey you're eating. And it says 1 serving is 24 grams of protein. Okay, I'm going to have 2 servings then, because that's going to get me into the 40 gram of protein range, right? So 2 servings of protein in each meal. If you're having a piece of chicken breast, have 2 pieces of chicken breast. Um, or, like I said, between 30 and 50 grams of protein per meal. This is going to help ensure, again, that you're staying full because protein does a very good job at keeping you satiated, just like the vegetables do. So far, what we've got on our plate is half of our plate of vegetables. We've got 2 servings of protein, and both of those things are going to keep us full and satiated and feeling like we had a very good, fulfilling meal. Um, and it's also going to help us stay in a calorie deficit because vegetables are very low calorie, basically the lowest calorie foods vegetables are. And protein, ideally, you're going with leaner protein sources, which are calorie friendly too. So even if we're not tracking the calories, we're putting ourselves in a position where the meals we're having are beneficial to our goals of losing body fat. Our body also uses calories during the digestion process. So they call it the thermic effect of food. Protein, by far, has the highest thermic effect of food. What that means is our body uses more calories to chew and digest protein compared to how much calories it takes us and it takes the body to chew and digest carbs or fats. So, and I believe it's like 20%. I mean, I don't know how we know exactly or how that's even tested, but it's like 20% of the calories that we consume that are protein. Our body works to consume and digest it. So that works in the advantage of fat loss, right? Because we're essentially saving some calories there. Okay, step number five is to drink 1 gallon of water per day. And this is just a general guideline. really what you should be drinking as an adult male who's working out is between half a gallon and a gallon per day. So it's not like a hard rule, like the snacks rule is a hard rule. You're having only 2 snacks per day. Drinking a gallon of water, it's not a hard rule. Somewhere between half a gallon and a full gallon per day is where you want to be if you're active, if you work out. And what that equates to is between 64 ounces and 128 ounces. Now, everyone, based on your activity, based on, a number of things, how you eat, the foods you eat, the amount of sodium you eat, how intense your workouts are, how many steps you get in per day, you should be drinking a various amount of water. Like I have some clients who drink like 2 gallons of water some days because they're training for tough mutters and high rocks events and other types of events that entail an insane amount of activity. So to stay hydrated, they're drinking way more than that 1 gallon per day. But for some of you and for me, I'm generally in the range of half a gallon to a full gallon of water per day. All right. And what that's going to do, the reason that's in here, listen, I chose 6 steps, 6 things that if you do these 6 things with your eating, you'll almost certainly lose body fat. The reason why one of those things is drink this amount of water is because it also helps to stay full and it prevents you from being dehydrated. We just don't want to be dehydrated. If we're dehydrated, that's when sometimes we can have more food cravings. Sometimes we can mistaken that dehydration and need for more water for, we want to eat things. We want to have more food or more snacks. So there's just a ton of benefits to staying hydrated and avoiding being dehydrated. So that's step 5. Let me put that in the chat here. Step 5, drink half a gallon to a gallon of water per day. All right. If you're watching this, let me know below. How much water do you typically drink at the moment? What is your current water intake like? Step number 6 here is to, and I mentioned this before, have a protein shake as a snack. You want to automate one of your 2 snacks per day to be a protein shake. And that can be 1 or 2 scoops of protein. The reason why that is because I know, as someone who's tracked my food for almost a decade and who's coached other adults for that amount of time to track their food and see great results themselves, I know how much protein you should probably be eating in order to build the body that you're telling me you want to look like. So I know what you need to do to look the way that you want to look, to have the body composition that you want, to feel the way that you want to feel. And I know how you need to do it with food so that you're not hungry all the time and that you're not miserable. There's ways to do this stuff. You can do it in a way that literally sucks ass and makes life terrible and miserable, where you're hungry all the time, you're frustrated, you're always feeling like you need more snacks, you need more food, you're snacking at night all the time even though you don't want to be, or you're binge eating on the weekends, or whatever it is, you're being super strict during the week, but then you can't stop yourself from overeating on the weekends. Like, yeah, there's ways to do this that makes it really miserable and frustrating, like these things I'm mentioning. And then if you follow these 6 steps, you'll be doing it in a way that doesn't suck. Like, it's really not that hard, and it's really not like bad at all if you follow these 6 steps, it won't even feel like bad. Like it can be pretty fine to be in a fat loss phase, and it doesn't feel like you're sacrificing massive amounts in your life or in your social life or family life, or in the things you want to eat and the things you want to do. Keep in mind, right, like, notice how there's nothing part of this portion control protocol that I've said you can't have. There's nothing that's off limits. Nowhere did I say you can't eat ice cream again or carbs again or pizza again. I'm just saying every meal you have, make it fit on one plate. If you're going to have pizza, fine. Clearly, that's not beneficial to your goals, but if you want to have pizza, make it fit on one plate along with half the plate being vegetables and still getting servings of protein in there. Can you get like a 6-ounce piece of chicken breast is 39 grams of protein. So can you fit that on one plate with a slice of pizza and some vegetables? Of course you can. See, there's ways to do this. If you're just eating pizza, if you're just eating 3 slices of pizza and that's your meal, yeah, you're not going to lose weight if you're doing that a lot. If you do that once in a while, once a month, it's no problem. But if you're doing that every week, you're not going to lose weight because you're ignoring all the other steps. We have to still do some things. Like you can still follow this portion control protocol while having flexibility. And that's what I mean by this, right? And you can follow this when you're going out to eat somewhere. You can order something that has protein in it, and you'll typically, like if you order a fish meal or a chicken meal or a steak meal, you're certainly getting 30 grams of protein or more in that meal. Order something where it has vegetables on the side and have water with that meal. And that's the portion control protocol. That's how you follow it when you're going out to a restaurant. When you're traveling, I have a client who was going through airports yesterday, and I said, "Hey, look for the Fairlife protein shakes. They have them at every airport. Grab a Fairlife protein shake at the airport with an apple and a banana, and those are your snacks for the day. And if you need to grab one of your meals at the airport, you can find something that fits this protocol. You can find something that has 30 grams of protein where you can get some vegetables next to it as well. By the way, I'm not saying don't have rice. I'm not saying don't have pasta, don't have potatoes, don't have carbs. Absolutely have those things. Just make sure that you've got the 2 servings of protein each time you have a meal and that you've got the vegetables each time you have a meal. Whatever else you want to fit onto that plate, great. Go for it. And like I've said, I've used this protocol actually for a long time. Actually, yeah, I've used this even longer than I've been tracking my macros. So this goes back probably more than 10 years that I've been using this myself and teaching it to clients and teaching it to people even who aren't clients. So there's been dozens and dozens of people who have lost 20 or 30 or 40 pounds just following this as their main plan with nutrition. All right. Now, of course, the more customized plan you can have with eating, the more I can know about you, about your schedule, your lifestyle, your build, right? Do you weigh 220 pounds or 160 pounds? Do you work out 5 times a week or twice a week? Do you get in 12,000 steps a day or 3,000 steps a day? Do you sit all day for work, or are you up and are you a teacher or some sort of, doing some more active job? All these things factor into your nutrition, and I may very well recommend something slightly different and give you something more customized that will make success even more likely. This is just a general guideline. This portion control protocol is just a general framework of how you can eat and what you can aim for. If right now you've got no plan, you have no idea what you're doing, you're what I call hoping and praying. You're eating clean and hoping and praying that it works. That's not a great plan. Not when it comes to fitness and nutrition. So again, if you're watching this, I hope it was helpful. Comment below portion control, and I'll send it over to you so that at least you have the sheet in front of you and you can use it whenever you need it. And I go live every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So at this time on YouTube here, I go live. And if you would like me to coach you to get in the best shape of your life, no matter what age you're at right now, feel free to reach out, send me a message. If you want to get in better shape before the holidays and learn how to navigate the holidays properly while still enjoying yourself so that you can start the new year in 2026 already in better shape than you are right now, reach out and we can see if it's a good fit, or you can go to modernmanprogram.com and check it out for yourself. Hope you had a or hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next Wednesday. Talk to you later.